Being an NBA All-Star confers great respect and elevated status in the NBA. Among the players who reach that level, some of them watch their careers decline afterward. Given that the NBA is a brutal business, some All-Stars end up getting benched or becoming teamless after what they've done within the league. NBA All-Star players don't automatically continue on an upward trajectory. That's probably the main lesson here. Hey guys, and welcome back to Swish, and in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the NBA All-Stars who immediately lost relevance. Some of the names in this list are surely going to surprise you, but before we start though, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now, let's begin. Blake Griffin. During his days with the Los Angeles Clippers, Blake Griffin wowed basketball fans with explosive athletic dunks. He was one of the primary dunkers during the Clippers' memorable Lob City era. After leaving the Clippers, Griffin would star for the Detroit Pistons, but it would be the beginning of the end with several injuries dampening his athleticism. After leaving the Pistons, Griffin joined the star-studded Brooklyn Nets. To everyone's surprise, including himself, Griffin wasn't only left out of the starting lineup but failed to make the team's rotation. Now, with the Celtics at age 33, Griffin still finds himself in and out of teams' rotation. Among NBA All-Star players, Griffin's journey isn't as much of a crash and burn story as others. He got paid and has maintained a considerable amount of longevity. DeAndre Jordan. Like Griffin, DeAndre Jordan was also an NBA All-Star who relied heavily on his athleticism. With the onset of injuries and age, Jordan was no longer as explosive as he once was during his Lob City days. After leaving the Clippers, Jordan has bounced around the league while playing as a reserve center. At 34 years old, it's painful to see Jordan, who was once the best rim protector in the league, mostly ride the bench. Andre Drummond. It wasn't too long ago when Andre Drummond was the best rebounder in the NBA. Although he is an elite rebounder, the facets of his game never evolved. Since leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers, Drummond has struggled when not being the number one option. While still being one of the best rebounders in the league, the two-time All-Star is playing 13.5 minutes per game as a backup center this season. For NBA All-Star players, this is a story of particularly unrealized potential given Drummond's physical prowess. Kemba Walker. He's one of the more luminous NBA All-Stars. As one of the best scoring guards in the NBA, Kemba Walker is a four-time All-Star. Unfortunately, like other veterans on this list, Walker wasn't immune to losing his relevance in the league. After playing for the Celtics, Walker appeared to be just what the doctor ordered for the New York Knicks. He was a Bronx native who could address the Knicks' backcourt woes, at least on paper. Unfortunately, Walker failed to live up to the expectations of coach Tom Thibodeau. Although he was scoring 11.6 points per game, his defense wasn't desirable. The Knicks simply chose to shut down the scoring guard after 37 games. Since then, Walker has yet to establish himself in the NBA. In fact, some reports are stating that the four-time All-Star could be exiting the league to play overseas. Jeff Teague. NBA All-Star players who can score are numerous, and Teague fit the bill. During his first stint with the Atlanta Hawks, Jeff Teague shined bright enough to make an NBA All-Star Game appearance. However, it wasn't long before Teague became a journeyman. In his second stint with the Hawks, Teague couldn't score the way he used to. While he eventually won an NBA championship with the Bucks, Teague did do so while riding the Milwaukee bench. After winning his first and only title, Teague decided to hang up his basketball sneakers. NBA All-Star players could have a worse conclusion than that. Josh Howard. During his prime, Josh Howard was a respectable slasher. His lone All-Star season saw him average 18.9 points and 6.8 rebounds per outing. While Howard was solid on the court, his off-court controversies definitely didn't help his career or its longevity. Howard publicly admitted to smoking marijuana, which played a role in distancing the Mavs in the midst of a playoff campaign. Moreover, Howard's viral video of him messing around during the national anthem in a football game only made things worse. The Mavs eventually shipped the All-Star who faced injuries that forced him to retire at only 32 years old. NBA All-Star players hope for a journey which doesn't flame out to such an extent. DeMarcus Cousins. At one point in the NBA, DeMarcus Cousins was the best center in the league. In fact, his talent earned him all 4 All-Star Game appearances. However, Cousins' past involved numerous locker room problems and injuries. Since leaving the Golden State Warriors, Cousins has stayed in the NBA only through short-term contracts that forced him to take on bench roles. As a result, Cousins has bounced around the league, playing for 4 teams across 2 seasons. As of this writing, Cousins has yet to land in an NBA team for the 2022-23 season.